Hi guys, so I'm going to walk you very quickly through the course calendar. This is just a general course calendar to help you understand the layout, the general structure of the course. Each week I'll be giving you guys full layouts of that week's assignments, readings, whatever it might be due that week, exactly when it's due. This is just so you have a general understanding, and again, this is all subject to change based on whatever the needs of the course might be, if need be. So the very first unit that we're going to do, again, we have 3 units. The first is called New American Identity. So this is really focusing on developing a new idea of what America means post-Civil War. So the first week you guys will get some intro to Blackboard, the course, of course, all the stuff that you're doing right now. And then we're actually going to finish out this week by looking at Walt Whitman. And then next week we're going to be going into these discussions of American identity. So we'll be looking at Twain and Washington. And then one of the focuses of this course is really looking at often marginalized voices. So a lot of post-1865 American Lit is written by figures in power, men in power. So we're looking at feminist voices, we're looking at Native voices, we're looking at Hispanic voices, African American voices. So we'll be looking at feminist voices between Chopin, Sarah Orne June, and Charlotte Perkins Gilman. And then we'll be moving on to naturalism and realism. And then the last thing we're going to do is just wrap up with a bit of Roosevelt and his thoughts on American identity in week 5. And your essay will be due on Sunday, October 2nd at midnight. So that will be your first essay. And then we're going to jump right into our second unit. So this is going to be literature during the wars, 1914 to 1945. So World War I and World War II. So we'll be looking at a week's worth of poetry, Frost, Sandburg, Wallace Stevens. And then we'll be looking at Americans in Paris and World War I. So we're looking at T.S. Eliot, Ezra Pound, post-World War I as well, E. Cummings, Alan Seeger. And then we're going to be looking at what you've probably read before, which is Hemingway, Fitzgerald, and Gertrude Stein when you talk about the lost generation. And then we're going to look specifically at figures of the Harlem Renaissance or figures sort of associated with the Harlem Renaissance. And then we have a really unique week, which is really voices of conflict, so how conflict is developing in America and emerging America at that time. So that second essay is going to be due Sunday, November 13th at midnight. And then we go to our third one, which is Postmodern. So Postmodern is 1945 and on. We're going to be looking at this unit, because this is a shorter, fall is always a bit shorter. This unit is going to be kind of jam-packed because it is the end of the course. But we're looking at 4 or 5 different authors. Again, these are often like Gwendolyn Brooks is a single poem, so there's not as much as it seems. But we're going to be doing postmodern issues in general with these 5 authors. And then the week of Thanksgiving, I won't give you any assignments because it's Thanksgiving and you guys should go have a break. So we'll come back the week after Thanksgiving. We'll finish up with 2 major authors of understanding American life, everyday life, if you will, Alice Walker and Flannery O'Connor. And then we will finish up at the end with, again, these sort of marginalized voices, or these sort of modern voices, Cisneros, Louis Erdrich, and Sherman Alexie. So that last essay will be due Sunday, December 11th. That will be the week before finals week. We do not actually have finals in my class, so that final exam week will be completely open and done for you. I will have an extra credit opportunity that will be due Tuesday, December 13th. And then our grades are due by, I think it's December 16th. So you guys will be finished and done by December 11th or December 13th. So hopefully that course calendar makes sense for you. If you have any questions about it, let me know. Otherwise, continue on to the next thing.